that, but I think it was good. I think, it was a battle on both sides. I think that's good. You don't want one side of the ball just beating up on the other side too much. Then, then it's kind of concerns there. But, offense made plays, defense made plays, going back and forth. It looked like it was very physical out there. That's the main thing. That's our main thing when people come into, Sun Devil Stadium. We go on the road. We want people to feel us when we're playing after the game, before the game. The next week after that, we want people to think like, man, that ASU team is physical, and they came to play. So I think it wasn't our best, day, because obviously it's first day live. Some people probably trying to knock the rust off, but I think it was a good day to start at and build off of.
Speaking of building, the young guys, you worked with some guys, I know coaches have talked about, how Rodney's just developed, and even Jack Ball is coming and getting those reps, and you guys being the vets and talking to and working with them. How do you feel that they've responded, and that is kind of the defense becoming for you guys almost more second nature to them and muscle memory?
Yep. I think they respond well. Fall camp can be very mentally, physically, emotionally draining on you, especially for younger guys that really haven't did it. And especially with a coach like Coach Ward and this Coach Dilly, this program, it's always a standard in everything that we do. So I really feel like those guys have raised their play and raised up to the standard. Just seeing them from spring and seeing the growth and jumps that they've made, from then until now, and these little amount of practices just over the summer, walkthroughs, just paying attention to, the older guys in front of them, like me, Ghost, things of that nature. I feel like, Jeff, I feel like they coming away a long way. So, yeah.
They sure is.
All right.
Talking about, yeah.
Nice photo, video ball.
when you look at you mentioned Coach Ward, and I know I asked you in the spring, the word easy is not the best word, but him calling the defense and your guys' communication. How much do you feel between the end of last season, or even the end of spring, and just the growth and knowing what he wants to get done, being able to communicate it, and you guys being able to look at each other, but just how do you feel that his play calling has expanded and gotten and developed?
Hands down, best defensive coordinator I ever played for. So far in life, I believe in every call that he makes, and he also believes in us, and he's very honest. He'll tell us hey, sometimes I'm not gonna have the right call, but that's why I got you guys, to make me right, and that's our job. Sometimes if he doesn't make, you feel like he doesn't make the right call, to me I'm like, nah, that's the right call, coach. We got you. We're there. So when you have that, I want to say connection, it makes the game easier, when he's calling plays, because he actually knows his people. He knows, okay, I'm calling this to get this person in this position. I know what this person is going to do, and vice versa. So it makes it so much easier. And then me, after being with him for 3 years, now I kind of already can know and feel what he's going to call before. So, he kind of, keeps it simple. He lets us go play fast, play physical. He's a great coach. He prepares us throughout the week. And then, he tells us, for Saturdays, that's y'all day to shine. It's y'all day to put everything together. I'm just here to support y'all, do my job as well. So, he's a great coach. Like I said, hands down, best, probably smartest defensive coordinator I play with. Me and him have a great connection. We talk about anything all the time, football, not football. I just love playing for him.
And then when you talk about that, keeping it simple, I know he had mentioned it last year, and Coach Cooper, and I think even you talking to me, you mentioned whether it's the right call or wrong, but if one of your teammates makes a mistake, he always talked about your guys' effort and going 100%, because a lot of times, even like you're saying, if it's maybe not the right call, but you're going 100%, well, you guys just play into the right call, or even if somebody goes the wrong way, makes the right call. When they're talking about that effort and you see it on film, how big is it for you big for you, but for the young guys to see that growth, to know, hey, don't overthink it, play it, even if you make a mistake, look, you can make up for it.
In football, people might think that it's kind of cliche, because every football team says oh, effort this, oh, effort that. But, when you actually are us and we sit in there and watch the tape from games where we weren't in the right call, and then you just see a whole wave of maroon and gold just running towards the ball on a play that was supposed to be explosive, and we get them down to play the next play, then you kind of think, okay, maybe this effort thing does really work, and, we were, one of the top teams in the country at limiting explosives. Coach Ward is very big on that. We pride ourselves on that. We want to make everybody earn everything they get. You know, so we pride ourselves on running to the ball, you know, as fast as we can. When we get there, making them feel that we're there, you know. So effort and physicality is something that you have to play in the program, but on defense, definitely is something that you have to be second nature to you. So I think we pride ourselves on that, and, you know, I think we were in the position that we were in because of that.
My last one for you, kind of non-footballish, but non-football. Like, did you get a chance to read the letter that you wrote to yourself last year? And not asking what you said, but how much of that did you accomplish, and how much more now do you have left to go?
It's crazy because everything on there, I actually did. You know, I just wrote to myself. You know, you came a long way, you been through a lot. You know, you pushed this far. You know, and you know it's kind of time to put the word on notice. You know. Kind of signed it off to, you know, like first team, whatever, this, that, you know, those are things, you know, I'm not really chasing, but, you know, I feel like if I better myself each and every day, play up to my standard, like I said, everybody knows, like I'm my biggest, hardest critic, you know, I'm always on myself about being better. So, you know, I feel like it was just one of those things that I did, you know, to come back and read the letter, you know, I kind of just smiled a little bit. So it's going to be interesting, you know, after I write this last one and then, you know, put it up and come back and see, you know, what happens. So, you know, I'm kind of just a day-by-day guy, you know, take it day by day, get as much work as I can, get better each and every day, every opportunity, and take advantage and, you know, see what happens.
Xavion, you mentioned the importance of the season for you, and like you mentioned just now, all the awards you feel like you can deserve and be able to be on those types of teams. For you, how do you feel physically, mentally, emotionally at this point, getting ready for the season and kind of taking last year's success and recuperating that into something new this year?
I feel great. I feel like the type of person I am, I have like great recall. So like putting myself in certain situations, coming back, analyzing it, and then going back into that same situation, I feel like is like kind of me. That's really me. So I feel like, you know, everybody knows my story after sitting out for 1,000 days and then coming back, having the season I had. Didn't really think I played good. Was trying to, you know, kind of get my feet wet the first couple games. But, you know, after, you know, doing that and now having that confidence, things of that nature, I'm really focusing on the little things like this step, this or that, you know, because I get to go back and watch the film from actual games now and see like, okay, I did this wrong. Maybe this will put me closer, things of that nature. But, you know, I feel great. You know, I feel mature. You know, I feel like it's my last year of college, you know, and really for the last year, I just really want to put it all together, you know, be a leader. Show the young guys kind of like a blueprint, you know, how it's supposed to go, like how you're supposed to go out, you know, the way you go out, you know. Obviously, everybody's like, why you come back and things of that nature. I could have left, but, you know, I can't leave this place. You know, I feel like it was a lot more for us to do as a team. Obviously, a lot more out there for me as a player. And, you know, I just wanted to, like I said, lead these young guys with a great example. So, you know, whenever I'm going and playing the next level, whatever, I come back here and it's just a continuing process. So I feel good. I feel great.
To speak on that note about you potentially being able to have left after this last season, been gone, you put your name in the NFL draft hat and staying for another year. Was that a tough decision to make? Like, were you contemplating for a while, like, oh man, should I stay? Should I go?
Nah, it's not tough at all when you're around these people. Like, when you're around people like this, you know, I've been to Texas, been to USC, been in those big programs. You know, was a highly recruited kid, all that, and then just seeing that, and then growing up as a kid, you know, playing Little League, playing high school, stuff like that. It was always family environment, going to places I go, and then when I landed here, I really feel like I was at home, like literally, like no other school have I been out in the woods, you know, not phone service where I'm actually comfortable, you know, can do it for 3 years, and I'm like, oh, it's actually not that bad, you know. But it's definitely the people here that make it, from the coaching staff, players, the media, training staff, just everybody. It's definitely the people here that made it easy for me to stay. It was like, you know what, I know what I'm coming back into. You know, I just did it. Why? You know, I wanted to do it, but you know, why not? You know, why not go out the right way? You know, why not? Put our best foot forward. You know, and try to get it done. So.
Lastly, for me, big dodgeball tournament going on tomorrow. I know you probably got your team squared away. How you feeling about your roster and how you looking for tomorrow?
See, last year we made it to like the semifinals. The referees were kind of sketchy last year, you know. So hopefully I get to talk, you know, on behalf of my team to the refs and stuff like, hey, at least can y'all get this right, or can y'all at least be on our side, you know, things of that nature. But I feel like we really got a really good chance because we kind of have a lot of tweeners, not too many big guys, not too many small guys, kind of guys that's really athletic, can move around. So, you know, I think we got a good shot. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting when it comes.